Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kaiserreich. We've organized our forces in Memphis, preparing for an assault against the enemy positions. Uruguay has joined the Montevideo Treaty. Alright, so, we probably should, get rid of lack of officers, which is terrible. But we need to make a decision. Russian People's Army, heirs of the Stavka, professionalized army, legacy of combat Trotskys. Non-combat supply abilities, party popularity, division recovery. Planning speed, max planning, land, combat, doctrine. Initiative is actually pretty cool, but I don't know. The Cavalry Mechanized Group. What is that? Oh, this makes cavalry good. Oh, boy. I feel like the truth is... Eh. Yeah. Interessant. Alright. Do we want to do heirs to the Stavka? Or do we want to do Legacy of Comrade Trotsky? Or do we want to just do something else? Alright. Hey. We do urban housing program, I guess. Oh, we should do that so we can develop Academy of the Sciences. The economic crisis has left many Russians homeless. We cannot afford to have so many in the streets. Government subsidized program will help to address this and get the average Russian back on their feet. Sounds good. Okay. Speaking of planning, we're going to attempt to blitz down the Mississippi and capture New Orleans in a single stroke. How are we doing in Italy? Things are going okay. We're going to wait. We're going to wait. We're waiting and waiting and waiting. We want 190. Alright, we want to wait for that bonus to maximize. And then we will blast in right now. I like how we've done nothing to actually... You were going here. And then you were going here. We're, gonna proceed in a mad dash, broadly speaking. What's happening? Okay. We probably want to get sub-doctrines here. Anyways. Oh boy. How are we doing on faith? That number is not present there. Faith is 66. Okay. The question of Cossacks. The Cossack autonomies have been abolished. The Cossack landowners have lost both their excess land and their military benefits. To put it shortly, they're now normal Russians, Ukrainians, Turkomans, and so on. Obviously, this has not been taken well, and a sizable part of the Cossacks have joined present protests against local socialist authorities and in many cases refused to give up their arms, leading to skirmishes with the militia. The loudest voices in the Workers' Coalition are calling for total Cossacization. Seeing as the Cossacks is nothing but glorified reactionary policemen, they wish to conduct thorough investigations and imprison any Cossack leader with even the hint of the past cooperation with Savinkov, Krasnov, Denikin, or any other butcher of the workers. It is clear that this would lead to the imprisonment of almost the entire ruling elite of the Cossacks, and as such their lands would be distributed to local minorities or Russian peasants. The Cossacks would become an even smaller minority in their former autonomies. Others, seeing the situation is prone to explode, wish to postpone such measures for the future, and for now seek to create social transformation in the Cossack class. They would sideline the current Cossack leadership, promote those from background more rooted in the peasantry, and encourage them to serve in the people's militia, and continue to serve the Republic's military after being first given the proper ideological training. We cannot trust the Cossack versus they could change, like all of Russia. Oh, the political power pit. It's so painful. The pain is real. We even involved in this fight? Yeah, we now finally are. Oh, that's so good. The Americans, the United States federal government launched a little uprising. Basically. Actually, I want you to slice to Baton Rouge. So you go here, and they go to New Orleans. Okay. Taking New Orleans is actually not ultra essential. What really? What do we really want here? Like, what is the whole point of all this? I think swinging east is what we want. Because I think, I don't know. Yeah, I think swinging east is generally speaking what we want. We'll start actually by like swinging down like this. You can go to Shreveport, whatever it's called. Yeah, that'll do. Fall Baton Rouge. Perhaps the war will be over soon. Wait, pause, wait. Go to Lafayette. Go to New Orleans. Go to Biloxi, actually. Go to New Orleans. Okay. That's bad, by the way. That's not good. The deal with the devil has been signed. This will slow things down some. Deal with the devil. Interesting. Wait. The death of Kirill. The pretender to the throne, Kirill Romanov's health deteriorated drastically this year due to his arteriosclerosis. The consequence of wounds he received in the Battle of Port Arthur in 1904. Days ago, he suffered the worst heart attack of his life to date and was hurried to the hospital. He did not recover and died today. The funeral procession was held under watch. For this, it means little to no concern. It has become somewhat of a big event for white sympathizers who mourn their reactionary past. Irrelevant. Kirill Romanov dies. Well, you know, monarchy. As we revolutionaries have learned the hard way, the death of the Tsar does not actually matter that much. Oi. Are we there yet? We are not. We need 190. We want the full kit and caboodle. Whoa, that's so many guys. Oh my god. The fact that this unit is like standing around is not good. Right. We actually want to go east. Come on. I think I have decided we are definitely going to want to go east. Nope, not what we wanted. Okay. So the Reds... That's not good. Academy of Sciences to gain research stuff. Russia can claim a legacy of engineering excellence, but it's consistently lacked enough qualified technical specialists to meet the pace of industrialization. Reviving and expanding the old Zemstvo-run network of vocational schools and technical colleges will not only bring education to the masses, but also train new, far larger generation of industrial specialists. That's very necessary. Okay. How long till we get here? 3 days. That's like so much time. Alright. This is disastrously bad if this, like, gets out of control. Where do we even want to push? I'm worried I triggered this too early. Where do I even want to push? I probably do want to try to retake Philadelphia. Either way, we're going east. You. Let's do that. What the heck? Oh my god. More missions? Are you kidding? Alright, fine. Okay. Time to do everything. First, devolution of authority. Then we will just do all the stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay. Gain a lot of good stuff. Cool. Look at us go. Oh my god. Though romantic SRs, while both the Spiridonovist and Maximalist factions of the SRs dominate the conversation, one cannot forget they are small, despite their increasingly disproportionate influence over the rest of the party. Unified on a vision of the future, there remains a great disagreement on how to get there. Few represent this clash better than Isaac Steinberg. On the surface, he would fit right in with the Spiridonovists, believing great devolution of authority akin to anarchism with the eventual destruction of the state and direct democracy. At the same time, like the maximalists, Steinberg lacks the faith that the Workers' Coalition will be able to fill this goal, at least in its current iteration. One of the most influential SRs with a rather large following, despite his radical ideas, his allegiance may set the course of the rest of the party for the future. Informally, Steinberg's followers constitute a faction of their own, the Romanticists, who will not accept half measures and compromise to accomplish their vision, while still condemning the authoritarian rhetoric of the maximalists. Only through uncompromising resolve can we show how we're capable of setting up socialist revolution to be part of the future Russia, not just another member of the coalition, potential allies. ... Speaking of ... Looks like Richard, thank you. Alright, the Anti-International Pact. Breaking, yet unexpected news has reached us from Berlin. German Foreign Secretary Rudolf Nadolny, along with a number of ambassadors and other foreign ministers, have jointly signed the agreement against the Third International. Ever since Russia became an official member of the International's military alliance, the Germans have made no pretense of their intent to exterminate the worker states. The intent has been made manifest in this pact, which they spoke to strangle the socialist world into destruction. Nadolny spoke of the pact as a necessary measure for the civilized people of Europe. Of course, there's something civilized about stating your shared intents to invade and overthrow homegrown socialist democracies. The Anti-International Pact is more an agreement to cooperate militarily against us. More than an agreement to cooperate militarily against us. It goes to the most extreme measures. Signatories of the pact have decreed that the communist subversion is to be a state of permanent blockade, thus ceasing all trade relations with us. While the main signatories of the pact were mostly members of the Middle Europa, many representatives of the Entente, some whom do not even have official relations with Germany, were invited to Foreign Office as well. This is, of course, highly hypocritical. They say the pact was necessary due to our efforts to undermine peace when they effectively ceased all diplomatic ties with us. Now it's become clear how terrified Germany is of the Red Liberation. With context almost completely breaking down, the war is a matter of if, not when. Only one question remains. Who will strike first? The Great Revolutionary War nears. Okay. Wait, we have a tank division? Okay. Alright, we're gonna wait as long as possible to activate that. How exciting! Alright, this is the infantry thing with max speed. Maybe we swap over to that. Much more infantry equipment. Okay. We should get there on time. I'm trying to crush these guys before this wave. Oy vey. The defeat of the Bolsheviks in the Civil War left the Socialists of Russia branded as traitors under all the successive governments. From the moment of their defeat, the Socialists all pointed fingers at each other, looking to assign the blame. Mensheviks maintained the entire revolution was an anarchic mistake from the start. That in backwards Russia, only the program of socialist opposition within a Republican revolution was permissible. Left SRs, anarchists, and even some Bolsheviks argued the revolution itself was an event to be celebrated, but that had been distorted by the excesses of the Bolsheviks in power, the betrayal of the peasantry, and the bloody Red Terror, or by their capitulation to the Germans at Brest-Litovsk. I mean, listen, man. The capitulation was gonna happen. That is one policy that you are an idiot if you're like, oh, they're gonna keep fighting. No one wanted to fight. Nobody cared. Everyone was going home. Anyways, the most intransigent and stalwart among the Bolsheviks defended the revolution in the end, but condemned the betrayal of left SRs and classes hostile to the proletariat, threatening to one day return the favor. In this context, the socialist movement found itself in shambles. Persecuted by the whites, disunited, hopeless. Some attempted to adopt strict reformist stances in the Radical Democratic Party. Some continued their desperate fight, defending people from the mobs of the Svobodniks. There were many attempts to negotiate Russian socialism that could unite the competing currents, and two main narratives arose: the resurgency of the left SRs and authentic Russian socialism, and the circle of socialists in the old RSDRP gathered around Vladimir Litivsky defending synthesis communism. Despite disagreeing on almost everything, they're in agreement on what matters. To form a lasting Soviet democracy that will not devolve into police terror and arbitrary violence. On and on goes the cycle of hatred. This situation is bad. Ah! Oh, yeah, renaming campaign. The Ministry of Culture has been quite active lately. In autonomous regions, the native language spelling of their oblasts and cities has been made official, rather than the old Russian spellings. Some large cities' names are being changed to no longer honor reactionary emperors and white generals, but honor the freedom fighters and revolutionaries of the past. Okay, a change we can all agree on. Oh, hey! Chernov got a city named after him. Chernovosk. Are we going to spend 20 political power to... Oh my god, what is this? Oh, okay, well, we did complete a lot of these. Pool armor developments. Our comrades abroad. Prepare the March of Liberation. Faith is above 70%. Holy guacamole. Oh my god, okay. Can I do that? Stability, support for PSR. Less than 5% support for PSRM? Yikes. Can I even do that? Okay, well, you know. Actually, maybe I could. I would just need to, like, start really clicking those buttons. Okay, the thing that's nice is this does not require that I spend political power. Can I crush the Mongolians? They're in a better position than they were when I thought about them, but so am I. Yeah, they have about twice as many divisions. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Don't worry, that will not be permanent. So then what I'm gonna do is go bang, bang, bang. Wonderful. Okay. And then we can prepare our lovely little war. I need... Hey. Pool armor development. Our comrades abroad. Prepare the March of Liberation. Pool armor development. Our comrades abroad. Prepare the March of Liberation. That's easy. To do this... oh, that adds 20 days. To do that, I would need to choose one of these. Probably want to choose the heirs to the Stavka. That seems like the one that doesn't give me totalist popularity, which right now is probably going to be the thing that suits me. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're dashing for Atlanta. Can I go here? Dash for Atlanta? Dang. They blocked me. Well, did they? Fifth Zili Fangtian War. The battle begins. Okay. Here's the plan. We'll smush this little pocket like it's nothing. Kind of swing down. Swing up, capture Johnny Knoxville. Swing down. Swing low. Sweet chariot. I say ho ho ho. Going and slapping Charlotte. Might prove to be useful. Oh boy. Maybe make a dash for Savannah. Uh-oh. Stopped cold. Okay. My tanks are kind of just wandering around. They're kind of just, like, aimlessly wandering. Not the best strategy. Here is the plan. We concentrate in Knoxville. And try to smash into these guys in Cincinnati. This will create a little pocket here, which you can kill. Let's try that. What's going on here? Standardize. Sure, man. Whatever. Faith is above 70. We're actually really close to that. Is there an easy way to reduce stuff? We'll get to it. Wait. We've developed the Academy of the Sciences. High efficiency turbines. Might as well take that. Alright, I will see you though. Oh, wait, let me select a national focus. Heirs of the Stavka! The workers and peasants' Red Army was raised in this desperation chaos, and despite its good fight, its loss was inevitable. Even a proletarian army must be professional in nature, organized with the same principles the army of our former bourgeois republic. Sad but true. I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.